How I got involved in real estate, though, was I work in sales because it's one of the only jobs where you can kind of create your own income stream. I had a boss one time that was like, if you want to go get a raise, then just sell more. So it just kind of made sense to me. Well, back in 2015, I was part of a pretty monumental deal. We landed a net new customer. It was an eight-figure deal.
Oh,
And I saw what I was going to get on a commission check. And so I reached out to a bunch of people like, hey, what do I do with this money? I'm from a rural small town in East Tennessee. It's not like I'm big into fancy cars, boats, watches, things like that. And I heard everything from Bitcoin to stocks to bonds. But I had a friend and a mentor at the time who was like, hey, you should really look at this real estate thing. He had owned three properties in cash at that point. They were spinning off cash flow, appreciation, tax benefits, kind of checked all the boxes that I wanted to check. And then I got the call the week of Christmas that year from my VP at the time who said I was not going to get that commission check.
oh my
In fact,
God.
I was only going to receive 2 cents on the dollar. And
Whoa.
it was at that point that I was like, okay, hey, if I want to build the life that I want to build, if I want to create and give to the causes that I want to give to, then I'm going to have to go do something else to secure my financial independence. So fortunately for me, I was already down this rabbit hole of real estate, had already done the rich dad, poor dad, bigger pockets stuff, and bought my first property probably 2 to 3 months right after that. And then ultimately started scaling from there. So happy to go into any part of that, but that's my history and background.
And that's Jesus. How did that happen with the commission check thing? I gotta ask the question.
So
That's amazing.
yeah, I mean, every big organization has in their T's and C's and their commission docs and all that kind of stuff. We can change your customers, we can change your
Mm.
quota, we can cap commissions, all that sort of thing. I think, Peter, the thing that bothered me about that situation is that I went to them early and said, hey, I've been a part of Fortune 50 companies before. I know you're not going to pay that. Let's just talk about how
Mm.
do we get to an equitable kind of middle ground.
Sure.
And they were like, no, that's why you came here. That's why you were given this acquisition territory to go build new customers and all this sort of stuff. And they pushed me off.
Mm.
But ultimately, like everybody that was a part of that deal got paid something different. And I thought that was a very strong sense of like, hey, where do you value each employee? And I,
Sure.
you know, we when you start messing with people's money, it's a different conversation.
Yeah,
Now,
no, it's certainly and it's a motivator to do something else, right?